Hi, let's take a little look at the touchtone version of the Princess phone. Oh, by the way, I was asked on the last phone, the Contessa, was the phone brand new when I got it? I'm afraid it was. It was a long time ago, and I know it looked a bit tatty on the underside, but it was in fact new. Not from Toronto. It was from a town called Thunder Bay, which is fairly close to Toronto. So I told a little porky then, sorry about that. It was also the exchange that I visited was also in Thunder Bay. I think Thunder Bay was once Port Arthur, and I can't think the other town. It was two towns combined, and it has now become Thunder Bay. Anyhow, sorry about that. I tend to forget the odd things. Fort William, I think, was the other name of that town. Fort William and Thunder Bay, and I'll get it right in a minute. Anyhow, it's now called Thunder Bay. Anyway, let's get back to this phone that we're taking a little look at. As I say, it's the Bell version called the Princess, which we mentioned the other day. But this one, as you can see, has got your touch-tone buttons. Once again, these buttons would be lighted up. You've got your little bulb there. The lead is missing at the moment. It's a modular type lead on this phone. The plug itself, or the socket, got a bit damaged, but I glued it in, perhaps a bit naughtily, but at least it's in and can receive a plug. You've got your switch again to alter the brightness, or you can make it so it's always on very low, or only comes on when you lift the receiver. This model, like the Contessa that I showed, has got an internal bell, unlike the Starlight that I showed. On the other side, you've got the closed-in type of network, which I believe is more familiar on this type of phone. The one I showed yesterday had an open network arrangement showing you the components, which I think may be a bit unusual. And these terminals are all held on by nice screws, so you don't have to fiddle in a little spade contact between an upright post, which can be a bit dodgy. At least you know where you are when you've got screws. I won't take the touchtone dial out, but as you can see, it's full of electronics. Obviously it's got to make a means of sending out a pulse, and these pulses are two pulses together. If you imagine the pulses being sent out along each bar, if you like, so there'll be one particular frequency sent along that bar, along that bar, along that bar, along that bar, and likewise different frequencies but coming along these bars. So that means that by pressing any number, say 4, you would mix the tone from the tones coming along this bar with the tones coming down this bar. This is basically how they work, and they work the worldwide like this. So whether you pick a phone up in Germany, Holland, that's a touchtone type, America, use it over here, they'll all work. So you've got like a little oscillator inside there, and there's how your tones are generated, or how we mix them. So the two tones are selected, and obviously each number would have a different two tones, so that way you'd never get your numbers mixed up. Anyhow, this is this model's in ivory or white, quite a nice colour. No name on the case, which is unusual. Normally you'd see a name there, but not to worry. On the handset, and once again I'll get it round the right way. There's the handset there. Now it looks to me like this handset, or this underneath part, has been repainted. It just got that look about it. They do it very cleverly, I must admit. And you always tell, because the raised figures are not quite as clear as if they had not been painted. So look careful at that. That definitely does look as if it's been painted over. They've done a good job. Very good job. And this is what they tended to do in America when phones went back for refurbishing. If they were a bit marked or the colour had been faded, they would give it a flash over with paint. Cleverly done. Anyway, I'll show you the underneath. Let's have a look at the on the base. There's the base. You've got your, once again I've got it the wrong way around. Let's turn him round so at least we can look at it without having to stand on our heads. As I say, this was a property of the Pacific Telephone Company, with a note on there, not for sale. Well, this one I got, don't know where I got it from, eBay I think. There's more writing there. You've got your number. Whether that 79 refers to the year, I don't know. Western Electric, Princess Bell System, not for sale again. So I must have got it illegally. Not to worry. This has got a nice covering to make it non-skip, which is intact, not like the Contessa, which had gone hard and it had flaked off. There is your little bulb that comes out to light the keypad up. You see, just see the edge down the side of the keypad. Once again, very compact design, very neat. The little light or little bulb in there is fed by a 6-volt transformer, which plugs into the normal American outlet, and it's carried within the wires, which I don't have the wires to the wall socket. They would in fact plug in there, where you'd have your two of the wires in the cord would be black and the other one would be yellow, and they would be there to carry the AC 6 volts to light the little bulb. The transformer was very low energy, so that would be plugged in and forgotten basically to power the little bulb. Interesting note, in America the lines is called tip and ring, and this goes back to the old days when you had a switchboard and the plug that the operator would use to put a call through would be made up of 3 sections. The first section is known as the tip, then you've got the ring, and then the sleeve, and it comes from that tip and ring being the 2 wires which went to the phone. Over here it's called A and B, and in other places on the continent or wherever, L1 and L2. So whenever you see tip and ring, read either L1 or L2 or A and B. Anyhow, that's more or less all I've got to say about this before I get blamed for waffling. Once again, thanks for the comments received. And once again, we'll pop this up on YouTube, give it a little bit of a blow, bit of an airing, and see how we get on. So this is the 2702 BM Western Electric touchtone version of Princess phone. Other manufacturers also made this particular model, but under their own name. Slightly different was the Starlight, which I showed yesterday. I will put a keypad Starlight up later. Anyhow, thanks enough. Thanks again before I send you all to sleep. Many, many thanks. Thank you.